Good morning, it's Caroline talking about, well, my favourite subject, bipolar. um, so today I just wanted to just check in and peace. Okay, yeah. So I just had a little listen inside and said, all right, I'm going to talk about peace today. And to me, the difference between suffering from bipolar and loving who you are, and that includes knowing that something in your physical body, well, your brain chemistry, creates you to be very sensitive to emotions, is an inner peace. So if you're at war with yourself, then you will probably be pretty depressed and be not easily loving yourself, and anything that arises for you, feelings wise, emotional thoughts, actions, you might judge, you might not understand where it's coming from, doubt the validity of anything that you think or feel. And the biggest overall change for me in my life, from having the high and lows in those things, and then the rest of my like general ticking over, and now is that I am more and more, like every day, more and more honoring like my truth, like what I really, really have felt my whole life, but covered up. For example, yesterday I had my mum over and I was talking to her about what I'm likely to do in my life, which involves a kind of intuitive shamanic massage, writing children's stories, and writing a book on bipolar. And they're all things that are just like ticking over right now. But leading up to this, it's been a real big task about listening to my intuition versus listening to all the voices that have ever spoken to me externally that have got trapped in here. So rather than me going as a kid, I always had this sense of like, I need to help the world, and I couldn't just be like, I don't know, bank manager or something. It just would not have cut it for me. Like, I was just, as a kid, like, I just want to live simply, like in the woods with a horse and stuff. And the more I've peeled away all those layers of, oh, I should do this, I should do this, society says, fear, 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 shit, oh my God, got to join in, look normal, be normal, talk normal, act normal, the more I've managed to go, I don't think that was me. No, I don't think that's right. And I've given myself, well, it's like self-love, you know, the more love you give to yourself, the more you honor your truth, the more you clear out the thought forms really that cloud you and your truth. I've talked about breathing before, and that comes into the same thing. It stems into this piece where if you're crowded by an external lot of shoulds, it's like and other energy, it's like your whole body is under pressure and there's only that much of you, and you breathe like that. You can't allow yourself the right, the worth to be like, this is what I am. And I know, like, for a few years when I was with my ex, my beautiful ex, I used to have this thing like I couldn't breathe. And I know it stems to if I eat like dairy stuff, that gives me like catarrh in my lungs. But really, what is underlying is not giving myself the right to breathe. It's like, oh, I'm not worthy to be alive. And this heavy, crushing thought and this pressure of like, I've got to do this. I've got to do this with my life. I've got to do this with my life. And the more I've been really blessed to have the opportunity to spend some time out of like regular, worky life. I can breathe, yeah? Like, I'm owning this space. It's for me, and you can all piss off. And in that space, you get to connect with all of you. You let the energy flow around your body because you can relax. Matt Kahn's really helped. Probably more than any other teaching, Matt Kahn, about allowing all that you are to kind of come out and unravel. And if that's like days of crying, okay, yeah, I've been lucky. But if you need to do it, somehow the world will work around you. Somehow, if you have that trust that this is what I want to do, I love me, can I have the time to heal, whether it's a weekend retreat or an hour every day that you give to yourself, you start clearing out and blowing out that energy and bringing back in the love, life force, chi, prana, whatever the hell you want to call it. We are energy, and it's your choice what type of energy you're living with. So going back to peace, if you want peace, you have to give yourself the opportunity to be at peace and make those boundaries. And I'm learning so quickly, like, that's my boundary. That's my boundary. Are you coming in? Is it safe for you to come in? Do I really want you in? And if not, well, for me, I'm learning now that for my life to flow forward, I'm allowed to ask for payment for the things that I do, or I'm currently learning to channel through and things, and that's okay, because I've just been so like, oh, I don't know, I'm not worth anything. Oh my god, that's my inside, and my outside is like, I want to love everyone because that's my kind of intuition. So anytime I see anyone, I'm like, love, 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 love. But inside, I'm like, there's nothing to me. I'm dying because I don't like myself. I've got no energy left because I've given away so much rather than filling myself up. Very complex, but not as well. If you can love yourself so much, it's not narcissistic love, like, I'm wicked, I'm going to get all the money in the world. I love myself. It's, I'm going to take a bath every day for a while if I need to, and I'm going to go to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm going to cancel social events that I cannot fully be present at because I don't feel right to do so. That type of love. The more you do that, in the end, you're going to help other people. And when you're bipolar, it's a double whammy because you're super sensitive to emotions, and we all are as humans. People just have more layers or less layers, more barriers or less barriers. And if you've got a very strong will, you might be good or bad, but you probably can cut through the mist of other people's. Whereas if you're kind of a little bit sensitive and a little bit unsure, then all this other stuff comes in and starts being as though it's you, and it's not you. There's many ways to clear that through meditation and body work and intention. A lot of it's intention. So I'm just seeing how long the video is running for. I do a lot of intention setting early on in my day, and I use sage and Palo Santo regularly to clear out any energies, and I intend for my home to clear any energies that might be not beneficial or limiting to me, and transmute it to love and light, and with the intention that my home is a safe space for myself and anybody that comes to it. But yeah, going back to the peace for yourself, we can create it, and we don't have to be in a peaceful place to feel it. I live right by a road, and it's the busiest road I've ever lived on in my life. Yes. I had to check for a minute, but yes, it is. And I have to say I'm more peaceful than I've ever been. So it's taken me, all the random journey of my life to get here. But to know I can be at peace, and I don't have to go, oh, but there's somebody walking down the street with a broken leg, poor them. I can send them love, But I don't have to take on like, oh, I used to be like, oh, poor there, all this, oh God, the world's suffering, I can't possibly be at peace. Well, actually, you can. And when you're at peace, you're in a state of love and harmony, and that ripples out rather than all the other chaotic energies rippling into you, and you as a sensitive being going, oh my God, my head, I can't, all this like pulling in directions. So on that note, I wish you peace. Do look up, there's so many healing modalities out there besides medication and suffering. You do not have to suffer, my lovelies. Take control. Every breath that you fully take is you deciding, I'm worth it, and you all are. So we've all got individual paths. No, like my path isn't your path. You can't follow me. I'm not telling you to, but take the time for yourself, and you'll come to peace. And so within, without. When we all can have this peace, we'll love other people. We have time for them. We can give them understanding, not just judge them straight off from our hurt to their hurt. We can see, what, they're hurting. Let's give them some love, not some hate. And that's going to change the world. We're going to do it. Cool. Blessings to you, and comment if you want. Bye.